Hey, as you guys know, I quite like my trolls. I think they drive engagement, they actually help spread the message through their idiocy. And usually I ignore them, but this cockwomble has decided that the hill he's going to die on is the right of beautiful young ladies to stand around handing out promo materials and enticing men into trade stands at major trans shows, and that my objection to this is robbing young women of the choice they have to do whatever they like with their bodies. And before I address that in a little more detail, I wanted to talk about this particular comment where I had said that men have got to stop passing women by putting a hand on their hips or the small of their back. And he said, as you can see, in my country, they don't do that. Fuck off. I've lived and worked in 53 countries. I've never seen or been in a place where this happens, where men just say, excuse me. Of course, most men do. But it is still a prevalent thing that what men do to pass a woman is touch her, and they don't do it to men. And they do it for reasons that are not exactly wholesome. Do they, Mr. Blurb? But going back to the original point, this guy wrote about, 15, 20 comments, basically saying, oh, that's very progressive of you, wanting to deny young women the ability to earn a living. No, I don't want to deny young women the ability to earn a living. There's a million ways of doing that. What I want to stop is the use of beautiful young women to entice men into a trade stand or to buy a product, because a product or a service should stand alone, and the opportunity to sell that product or that service should rest on the merits of that product or that service, not on the beautiful young woman who's been dragged in on the basis of sex. And in these comments, a ton of people, including women, said, but sex sells, and so it'll never stop. And to that I'd say, yes, sex does sell, but does that make it right to use sex to sell? There's a difference between something working and something being ethically correct, right? Guns work to kill people. Does that mean we should use them to kill people? Just because sex does sell doesn't mean it's right that we use it to sell. And if people can't make that moral distinction, then nothing is ever going to change in the world. And so the use of young, beautiful ladies I'm using the word ladies because this is another giveaway that this clown uses the word lady and men, is just an infringement of the basic right to respect for women, because it is exploitative of both men and women, and it has to stop.